The iPhone 15 and the iPhone 15 Pro have some of the biggest differences that I've seen in years, but the regular iPhone 15 is more Pro than ever. So which one should you get? I'm going to break down all the differences right now. Let's start with design. The new iPhone 15 borrows the dynamic island from the iPhone 14 Pro series. As a reminder, the dynamic island gives you live updates at the top of the screen for things like your flight status, Spotify tracks, and more, so it comes in really handy. Finally, the iPhone 15 also offers USB-C support. You get that for both the Pro and the regular models, but there's a big difference that you need to know. If you're transferring lots of files and want to do it fast, the iPhone 15 Pro series lets you do it with USB 3 speeds. USB-C on the iPhone 15 Pro supports transfer speeds up to 10 gigabits per second versus just 480 megabits per second for the regular iPhone 15. The iPhone 15 has a Pro-like frosted glass back, which gives you multiple color options, which includes blue, black, green, yellow, and pink. I like it, but it's almost too Pro-like. So let's talk about titanium. Both the iPhone 15 Pro and the Pro Max have a titanium body, which is stronger and lighter than the stainless steel on the previous Pro models. I like the brushed metal look, and I also like the fact that the bezels are much smaller on the Pro models, which results in a more compact design. Another big difference for the iPhone 15 versus iPhone 15 Pro is the new action button. This replaces the ringer switch and allows you to do all sorts of shortcuts. So for example, you can launch the camera or the magnifier or the voice recorder button all with a long press. Overall, I like it, but I wish you could do more than one action at a time. The good news is that the iPhone 15 has the same super high 1600 nits of brightness and 2000 nits when you're outdoors in direct sunlight, so in terms of overall quality, they're very similar. Just remember that only the iPhone 15 Pro series offers a 120Hz refresh rate, which means you get smoother scrolling and better gameplay. The iPhone 15 is still stuck at 60Hz, which is not okay for a 2023 flagship. The iPhone 15 gets a big camera upgrade with a new 48 megapixel sensor, which is a big jump up from 12 megapixels on the last model. Because of this jump in resolution, you get a lot more pixels to play with, which means for the first time you get a 2x optical zoom treatment on the iPhone 15, so it's almost like having a telephoto lens. All of the new iPhone 15 models are smart enough to capture portrait shots without having to enter portrait mode, and you can change the focus point of your shots after the fact. Plus, with improved Smart Hdr, you're going to see brighter highlights, better colors, and more natural skin tones in all sorts of lighting conditions. But the iPhone 15 Pro series continues to be the Pro powerhouse because you can shoot in 48 megapixel RAW mode and you get a 3x optical zoom on the regular iPhone 15 Pro. The iPhone 15 Pro Max takes this to the next level with a 5x optical zoom using a tetraprism lens. Both the iPhone 15 and the iPhone 15 Plus feature the A16 Bionic chip from the iPhone 14 Pro series, so you should expect faster overall speeds, especially if you're upgrading from an older iPhone. But the iPhone 15 Pro and Pro Max are both more future-proof because they pack the new 3nm A17 Pro chip. So what does this mean for you? The iPhone 15 Pro and Pro Max both offer 10% better CPU performance, twice as fast machine learning performance, and an all-new GPU that is 20% faster. And with ray tracing support, you're going to get the closest thing to console-based performance in an iPhone ever. Apple doesn't list the battery capacities for its new iPhones, but we do know that they're rated for 16 hours of streaming video with the regular iPhone 15, and it goes up to 20 hours for the iPhone 15 Plus. The iPhone 15 Pro is rated for 20 hours, and the iPhone 15 Pro Max goes up to 25. The amount of endurance that you're going to see depends on how you use your iPhone, but we're going to be testing all 4 new iPhones with our battery test, which uses web surfing, to see which one lasts longest. Unfortunately, all of the new iPhones are still rated for fairly slow charging. They're all rated to get to 50% in 30 minutes. And frankly, I was hoping for more, especially when the Android competition charges much faster. And that's a little bit of a bummer, especially since USB-C gives you access to more power. Now let's get into the pricing. The iPhone 15 and iPhone 15 Plus start at the same $799 and $899 as the previous models, and the iPhone 15 Pro starts at $999, the same as last year. The iPhone 15 Pro Max has a little bit of a price hike because now it starts at $1199, which is $100 more than last year. But the good news is that you get double the storage, so it starts at 256 gigs. Overall, I'm more excited about the iPhone 15 Pro and the Pro Max because you get the titanium design, the more powerful A17 Pro chip, and the new action button. And I'm especially excited for the Pro Max because you get a 5x telephoto zoom. But don't write off the regular iPhone 15. In a lot of ways, it's like you're getting the iPhone 14 Pro for less. We have plenty more coverage of the iPhone 15 lineup on tomsguide.com, and be sure to follow us at Tom's Guide on YouTube, TikTok, Instagram, and more. For Tom's Guide, this is Mark Spoonhour.